Now, speaking of colorful characters who are exploring the multiverse, Sonic Prime premieres on Netflix this week. That's a show. We already got a Sonic game. Oh, calm down over there. You get your chance. We're going to talk about Sonic the Hedgehog in a second. Let me do the segue. Obviously, we got Sonic Frontiers. We found out this week that it sold 2.5 million copies, which is very good for that little hedgehog. IGN has sort of a reputation for not liking Sonic. Like I believe we're on the record. Actually, just Akeem, you.
Yeah. So this is the thing. IGN. I will say this officially hates. I'm just kidding. I'm not about to say it. Because it's not true. IGN does not hate Sonic. I'm just going to make this fast because when you're talking about this particular subject matter, you got to go fast. Mm-hmm. There was something from IGN's past that I'm sure a lot of people, specifically Brian, would have preferred if it just stayed buried beneath the hundreds of thousands of videos that have come out since its posting. But with Sonic Frontiers here, and you heard what Max just said, and the upcoming Sonic Prime Netflix series upon us, I figured I'd dig up a slice of nostalgia to present to you and maybe have you break down what you meant when you said a few things on an episode of Game Scoop about a little blue hedgehog. So I present to you, Brian, right here. You see this? This is IGN's past. Now you're probably asking yourself, yeah, what's in? It's our past. And you're probably saying, like, what's in this box, Brian? Well, look at that.
Oh my God.
It's Sonic. That's right. 6 years ago, both
I did not
Sonic.
know where this is gonna go.
I drudged this up just for you, Brian. Now, 6 years ago, both Sonic Mania and Sonic Forces were two games released by Sega. And while talking about Sonic on Game Scoop, Brian, you were clearly kind of wavering. You were like biting your tongue on how you truly felt about Sonic until you decided to just unleash a litany of hot takes like you were zooming around Lava Reef Zone in Sonic 3. You had this to say.
I think we're at the point where we need to admit that this was never really a great franchise. We keep trying to find this thing that was never really actually there.
Wow. It was never really a good franchise, huh, Brian? Well, I'm sorry. We're well over, believe it or not, 100 Sonic games, 2 movies, a long-running comic book series, and 6 shows, with 2 of them being voiced by America's lovable 90s blur Jaleel White. Did he do that? Yes, he did. He was Sonic.
I love him.
If this was, I don't know if you do. If this was never really a great franchise. No, you don't. I doubt we still. Hey, I'm in the middle of something. Yes, look. When you besmirch Sonic, you besmirch everyone associated with Sonic, okay, Brian? I'm just going to say that right now.
No, it's true.
Now, I'm going to say this, I doubt we'd still be talking about him and celebrating his 30th anniversary if he was never really good.
I thought Jaleel White was older than 30 by now.
Who knows? He's like immortal.
He does look very young.
Yes. And yet you, Brian, without taking into consideration those particular points that I just stated that you rudely interrupted, you went even further by saying this.
I feel bad for Sega because Sonic is their number one is their biggest franchise ever, and they've been chasing this ghost for decades now.
Chasing this ghost is what you said. Chasing this ghost. Well, I guess they done found A-Man Rappy, which is not only a deep cut Sonic reference, but a ghost from Sonic Underground. It's a ghost. What I just said, A-Man Rappy is a ghost from Sonic Underground. Because Sega done caught that very elusive ghost in which you claim they've been chasing. And there's clearly a ghost in the machine, as even the mixed-reviewed Sonic Unleashed was a commercial success, selling over 2 million units, Brian.
Yeah.
2 million units.
I'm following the bouncing spinball here. I'm trying to... A-Man, was he on Family Matters too?
A-Man, you're losing your rings, Brian. You need to slow down. You're losing those rings, okay? Look, looking at Sonic's core foundation here. All right, we're going to go back to Sonic's core foundation, okay, Brian? Going back to where it all started. You had this to say in comparison, random comparison, to Super Mario World.
Sonic 1 is a non-issue. It's a terrible game. Sonic 2, I think, and Sonic and Knuckles have redeemable aspects. Within 5 years of those games, you could play Sonic 2 and you could play Super Mario World in the same afternoon, and you realize which one aged better.
Which one aged better, as if we're talking about some adult beverages. Well, you know what? Sonic 2 is like a nice red wine blend that's been aged in whiskey barrels, giving it that like refined taste. But Super Mario World being like a nice tequila bottle. You've been saving for when your friends come over for the holidays. You just want to crack it open and enjoy it. Now, what does this mean, Brian? You're probably asking. Well, it means
I'm asking that a lot.
Yeah. Well, it means they're both good and have absolutely nothing to do with one another's inherent enjoyment by anyone. Now, I say all this, Brian, because I wish I could have been on that couch during that Game Scoop recording to defend Sonic and be the objective voice to everyone else who were just in agreement with your statement. Sonic was never good. Sonic was always good, and you can fight me about it, but using words, because, you know, your words set me on a path, Brian, that would see me changing the trajectory of my professional career, becoming an entertainer, all for the sole purpose of one day confronting you with about those statements many years ago. You know, I was actually going to be a dentist at one point, but here I am defending a little blue spiky blue demon, asking you, Brian, why'd you have such harsh words about Sega's Golden Blue Boy?
Well, first of all,
I could have been looking inside of mouths right now, but no, because of you, Brian, I'm here.
Let me apologize for a couple things. The first is that you would be making so much more money right now.
I know.
The second is, you're right. I apologize. I think that when I said Sonic was never good, what I meant to say was, like, to me, Sonic has never been, like, truly great, although Sonic had been consistently good many times before and since after. In 2016, when I made those comments, it wasn't exactly the best era for Sonic. We hadn't gotten Mania yet. We hadn't gotten, you know, this new era that we're in now. We didn't get the Sonic movies. In terms of comparing him to Mario, I'll defer you to Sega, who did that first. That was their entire marketing for that character to begin with. Their entire marketing was basically like, this is what we have. We have blast processing, and Mario's fat ass walking real slow with his old dinosaur do not have those things, so they're going slow. But I will say this to the camera and to you particularly and specifically, Akeem, Sonic fans, I am sorry for saying that Sonic was never good. That was wrong. That was incorrect. I have since come around on that character. I have watched the movies with my kid and enjoyed them immensely. Sonic Frontiers is fun. I liked Sonic Colors. I liked Sonic Generations. I liked Sonic Mania. I actually was in New Jersey a couple years ago, rummaging through some of my old trash that I had as a kid, and I found a t-shirt that I made in school in the 90s that said, Sega does what Nintendo don't. And this is I'm a huge Nintendo fan. I've been on Nintendo voice chat for years.
You're not going back on there now.
Yeah, I know they're never letting me back on. And I basically had a picture of Mario with the no smoking with a crossed out thing on it, and I went hard on that dude. And so like I was there. I bought Sonic 2 when it first came out. I bought Sonic and Knuckles when it first came out. I made that whole tower of Genesis peripherals that plugged into each other that people could hop over. It was like 4 feet tall of just like weird plastic that plugged into each other. You're right. I was wrong. When I went on that show, I was remarking on what had been like a recent era. And what happened there is I ended up speaking on behalf of all of IGN. And that's unfair because by that point in time, IGN had published several very positive Sonic reviews across multiple platforms. I bought Sonic Advance on the Game Boy Advance. I enjoyed it. My thing with him was that I've never truly connected with his games in the same way I have with Mario. But that's okay. Because I think that, like, no matter what, something we can all agree on is that Sonic has been good, and it's Crash Bandicoot that's never been good.
Oh, okay. Here we go. Look, you know what? But before you dig yourself an even deeper hole, Brian.
No, let's get it. Sonic, you've been good. You've been great. In fact, you've been bad too. Like, let's not. You have been bad.
Sonic 06.
You've been naughty, but Crash Bandicoot, you have really just been shitting this up for 25 years.
Brian, I want to present you with this. I want you to describe to the audience what I am holding up.
I think okay, that's great. Put Sonic right on my shoulder. It's beautiful. He's a sweet little man right there. You're holding up an L, and that's for me.
And I want you to take this. This is yours.
I will. I'll take that. I'll take that L.
It lights up and everything, too, so it's just for you.
No, keep it warm at night.
Sonic YouTubers, clip this out. I will hold that L. I was wrong. Sonic is good. Sonic has been great, and Sonic one day will be tremendous. And I'm sorry that Akeem put him in a small casket back there.
Hey, you put him in this. No, you did. You bodied my boy. You bodied my boy. I didn't do this. I had to drudge it up so that
go on
get him
Amazon
out.
And buy a child's casket for a doll, Akeem. That you did that, okay?
I got this from a Barbie set, okay?
I have more questions.
Wait, what?
There's just so many questions arising from this.
It's
No,
Mattel.
you're
blame it on Mattel.
I'll say it again. I apologize to Sonic fans. I apologize to Sega. Sonic is a great character. He's super fun. Jaleel White is awesome. I don't even know why we got dragged him into this shit. But Sonic is good. Sonic has been great, and Sonic will continue to endure for generations and entertain children and adults all over the world. And Crash Bandicoot needs to step his shit up.
Brian, so you would say you like Sonic.
Yes.
Okay, name one Sonic level.
Green Hill Zone.
It's on me. I set the bar too low.
Yeah, that was too easy. Casino Zone.
Nice.
Name 3 Sonic characters
Sonic the Hedgehog.
that aren't Sonic.
That
Jared
aren't
the
Sonic,
Hedgehog,
Tails, or Knuckles.
and Max the Echidna.
Supersonic. Tails.
Oh, you meant like-
Knuckles. Big the Cat. Amy.
Okay, you're a hardcore fan. You're
Dr.
a hardcore fan.
Robotnik.
I thought you meant invent your own. I was
Did
doing
they name the rats and the rabbits that they put in the garbage cans at the end of levels? Do they have names?
They're not rats.
There's well, I think there are rats, but I think
They're
there's all
wild
types of
animals.
different
Okay, all
animals.
right.
Wild animals.
Okay, rats
All right.
can be wild
You know,
animals.
this has been an emotional journey.
Unless you're the Pied Piper and like they're listening
I was
to
going to
you.
jump to Crash Bandicoot's defense, you know, because he used to be the Sony spokesman, but he's a Microsoft property now, so fuck that guy.
Deuces.
This is a PlayStation show.
Now, 5 years from now, we're gonna have to defend Crash. Someone's gonna be on to defend Crash.
Yeah, probably a lawyer because he's going to hit somebody with his car. I don't know what to tell you. That guy needs help.
Did you see how jacked he was at the Game Awards?
He was, yeah.
He's definitely going through something.
Oh boy.
Akeem, thank you. And again, to you, I apologize directly. And to Sonic fans, I apologize. And Akeem, I'm sorry that that my comments put you on this journey that brought you here instead of becoming a dentist where you'd be a lot richer.
Look, I'm fine. My parents are the ones that are disappointed. They were like, "What? Really? Because of a guy on the internet, this is what you want to do, son? All right.
Yeah.
But start taking classes at Second City."
On the plus side, can I point out that if you brought a child's casket with a doll in it to a dentist's office, probably wouldn't go as well, right?
True. That is true. I mean, trust me, you don't want to know how I found this casket.
Okay, all right, I'm just trying to even.
Have you ever seen the?
Okay,
Have you ever seen the movie Pet Sematary?
put it back in the ground, Akeem. It doesn't need to be here right now. It's exhumed. We got this corpse out. We breathed some new life into it.
That L looks like it's
Brian
really there. That's
apologized.
It's very well done.
yeah, that's really
That's because it is.
For those of you listening at home, we have some movie magic making it look like Brian is a huge loser.
yeah. It takes movie magic to do that.
All right, okay.
We got the Avatar team working behind the scenes.
So yeah,
Can I point out real quick that Akeem and I have been trying to do this? We've been trying to do this bit for like what?
No, that's true.
3 months now, and it has exceeded all of my expectations on every human
I think
level.
like one or both of you had COVID at some point. Like I don't.
Yeah.
We were trying to frame this around the release of Frontiers. Like we were basically like Akeem, you were like, you're gonna let me on Beyond, huh? All right, I got some words. I got something I want to say to Brian. And Brian's like, oh boy. So anyway, I hope.
Yeah, I went the extra mile. I clipped out. I don't know how many times I watched that episode of Game Scoop. Probably like 16, 17 times. And I
were you just like doing pull-ups like Clubber Lang and being like, I'm coming for you?
Exactly. with every single passing day, we got new information about either Sonic Prime, Sonic Frontiers, like
Sonic
you said
Internet.
earlier, Matt. Yeah, exactly. Like I just kept getting more and more ammo. And at a certain point, I just had to stop. Like, and you guys know that because in our morning meetings, you know, something new would come up about Sonic, and you'd say, "Hey, more ammo for Akeem." Like, no, I gotta stop. Brian's gonna get bodied already.
If there's anything that Sonic fans understand, it's going really fast and then suddenly stopping because an object popped up that broke all the momentum for the level.
All right.
It definitely does that.
I'm not. No, Sonic is good.
That is the thing. That is the thing.
Sonic is good.
All right.
I don't like the spikes.
Okay.